white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is. I know where the power. You think I'm joking? I learned a long time ago about the.
One of the best things ever said by a president ever, or actually maybe just anyone ever.
Definitely by a president for sure. For sure, bro. God,
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
I may be a white boy.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. But I'm not stupid. I keep fucking up the.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is.
I know where the power is.
Wow.
Whoa, that's an interesting phrase after that, but
yeah.
Just the whole.
Yeah, that was pretty bold.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. That's my new beat tag.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
That's my. That might be my new email signature at my like real job too.
That's crazy,
like,
right?
Put it at like a quote, like at the bottom, like people will say like, keep your mind clear and move forward with an honest heart. And it'll be like whoever would say that, and then mine will be like, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I want some kids to put that on their yearbook quote.
Pride. And then just put like POTUS as it is so good to like
POTUS, yeah.
The president of the United States going into a meeting and being like, now I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
The fucking president, bro.
I really can't iterate enough how much I love that. How much joy that really does bring me.
No, it was a good clip, man. It was a good clip. Like I've heard it before, and it's funny every time.
It really is good every time. It is so good. But yeah, and on and it was like a Black History Month like brunch or something.
Yeah, he's
like,
sitting in front of a whole black panel. He's like, yo, what can I say that'll really set this joint off?
Oh, damn! I didn't even I should have said that at your wedding.
I know, right?
I should have said that at your birthday. All right, next time I'm around your family, I'm gonna let them know. No, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
You gonna play the clip or you gonna say it?
I'll just say it.
Just say it.
I'll just let them know.
Let them know.
It seems like a powerful state. It lets you know that it lets people know that you may be a white boy, but you're not stupid.
I know what I will say. What I will say is though, most times you're not the only white person in my family.
That's true. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah,
I apologize.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
but I still feel like I should say it.
You might have to say it. Yeah, definitely the minority when you come over.
Well, I'll just say this: I was the only red person when the happy birthday broke out into the fun version,
and I was real like, rosy.
What is this? And my face turned completely red because the song got awesome instead of just happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a lot more fun.
I told you, we got to come on here. I want to do a segment, Black Trivia, where I ask you just certain questions.
Oh, that's called... I have an alternate title for that segment.
What is it called?
Jeff Shows His Ass.
Yeah.
Embarrass Jeff.
It's like different scenarios. Like, all right, things to do at the cookout. Hey, like...
Yep, I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely. Yeah, and then I'll do one for you as well. No.
Do it for me.
No, that's funny though.
That's funny though, man. God damn.
Dude, yeah, him saying that made my entire
When did that clip go viral? When did that? How long ago was that clip out?
28th. So, yeah, February 28th.
Not too long.
So yeah. So last Tuesday. So yeah, that made my. I was at work and I saw that and I was like, oh my God. This is absolutely incredible.
It's gold.
Because like Trump used to say, Trump is one of the funniest people alive, and a lot of it is because of like context and stuff like that. Like if he was just like some rich asshole, it'd be like whatever. But the fact that he is like he's been in like movies and all this stuff, and then he's like so like petty and whiny, the stuff that he would say would make it so funny.
Right.
So
I think he's trying to be funny, or that's just him.
Trump?
Yeah.
I think that's such a good question, because I think sometimes he knows he's being, like, I don't know how you can not know.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like a lot of classic Trump moments, like Twitter moments that I can think of, like, there was one where someone said, he said he got his his jeans, his smart jeans from his dad.
Yeah.
And then someone said, your dad gives good brain.
Wow.
And he like quote tweeted, says like it's called genetics, like don't like, and just like dunked on the guy. But it was just so funny, like a lot of the Trump stuff, like being petty about like Vanity Fair being no longer hot, and like these people being like he said that Rihanna is nothing without her stylist. That is like, so funny.
Her stylist.
That is a funny thing to be said. Like, again, context is important. If I'm saying that, it's like, why do you care? Who cares? But the fact that the former president is sitting around and is like, oh, Rihanna is nothing without her stylist, and then puts it out on, he truthed it or whatever it is over on Truth Social where he's on. But he's just like hysterical, and those moments where he would say something like that, where like he found out RBG died, and he was like, "Whoa, this is the first time you're telling me. I've never heard that." So fucking funny. But again, there's always like this like evil shadow of all this shit.
Right.
And not that there necessarily isn't that with Biden, but like it's much more like banal. So it's like a lot more boring, and like I'm not saying that I'm happy with what they're doing or whatever, but like it's very funny that he's just like kind of like moping around, doing whatever, being an old guy, and then he's just like saying one of the funny, like
that's
one
a
of
very
the
funniest clip. Yeah, I definitely want to compile. There's so many good presidential clips of people like. I mean, my favorite has to be like all the Bill Clinton clips. Like,
yeah, those were
like the LimeWire days.
I was just gonna say, do you remember trying to download shit? And it was just like that was one of the things that stuff always was. I think Soulja Boy was always everywhere. Like he was putting songs and like making it like
So what he would do is, what Soulja Boy would do, which I think is like cool marketing, definitely deceptive. But anyway, what he would do is like he would put his song under different titles. So it'd be like New Unheard Beyonce featuring Jay-Z, and it's Crank That.
Yeah.
When you open it up, all it is Crank That.
Really, whatever. But then you tell someone about it, and then it's like, what is that song though? And then you're like, well, he keeps saying Crank That. Let's. Yeah. And then eventually it's
then
like
you find it on YouTube or whatever.
Soulja Boy's always been like.
He's been ahead of the curve, bro. Like,
remember we talked about his album was the name of his website. And this was like, hold on, I'm pulling it up on Spotify right now. His discography. His album was, I gotta go way back.
Bro, he's always been so smart.
2008, he was Soulja Boy Tell Him. 2007, SouljaBoyTellHim.com. That's his debut album with Crank That on it. Was his website. It's called SouljaBoyTellHim.com.
How crazy is that?
So it's like that, and at the time, I'm like, I don't even know how much I was paying attention at the time or after or whatever, but I would definitely think that was corny. But in hindsight, it's like, well, you knew where to go.
You knew where to go.
I mean, say what you want, but dudes, now you got to scroll a long way to get to that album.
Yeah.
His latest album is called First to Do It.
I was Soulja Boy. Yeah, he does a good job of like.
He's got some great moments as well.
Definitely just having great moments. Being a master marketer, which he understands, like, he's bigger than his music. You feel what I'm saying? So, I think it's dope, man. But, yeah, definitely that took me back to the LimeWire days. You can get all types of crazy shit on LimeWire. Did you do LimeWire?
Oh, yeah, man. I was actually trying to remember the entire, like, lineage, because I'm not old enough to have started, like, I'm sure there are, like, guys that early internet, they were like, oh, yeah, we used to, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But, like, I guess LimeWire was first because there was Kazaa, but I feel like LimeWire was like the first one I used. Was that the first one you used?
LimeWire was definitely because I got my cousins are like 2-3 years older than me. They were on some stuff, but LimeWire was the first one. I'm like, oh, this is wide open.
I wonder if that's how I learned about it, because I remember my cousin too showing me skateboarding videos. That's actually how I got into music, was skateboarding videos off of. I think LimeWire. I think it was because I think Kazaa came after that.
I would love to see the LimeWire format. I can picture it in my head. I want to see the old LimeWire layout and just like
not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sex. It'd be like, yo, come on, I'm getting the Clinton joint again.
Again?
Damn.
Which, who knows what it actually was?
Yeah,
or like that. What
I was trying to download, but
dude, I'm sure I gave so many. I used to think, I'm like looking back now, like, man. I really want to buy a Mac because Windows just keep getting viruses without looking in the mirror and being like, you're downloading viruses. I would keep just being like, these computers suck, dude. They just keep getting sick and like, I don't want to deal with that and all this shit. And then it's like, I want free movies. And
I had the family PC all fucked up, bro. I had it all fucked up downloading shit on Limewire, bro.
Right.
It was crazy. Pops couldn't even get on MapQuest. Like, this shit was crazy.
See, and that's actually... All right, I don't want to talk too much about this because it is boring. But I am getting into the modern version of this now. And it is wild because I'm not old, but I am old.
You're not old.
I'm not old. We're not old, but we're older. What we're talking about now...
what we were.
Is like 15-ish years ago. Like, we're talking a while ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, can I get back into dabbling with this? Can I start getting movies for my Plex? Can I start getting shows? And you already know.
Yeah, I know. I know where this is going.
So I'm like, all right, can I do that? The game has changed so drastically with this stuff. And if anyone that is listening knows about this, they're going to be like, he has no idea, because I have no idea. But there's ways now where if like a TV show that you want to watch is like airing, there's like all these RSS feeds and these services, and they're like called like trackers and all this stuff where you can just have it download instantly, add to your folder, automatically update you. It can be like as early as like 2 hours after it airs, or sometimes like as soon as people rip it and upload it, it's like you download it and then it's just like, and it's all automatic. The way I used to always do it was like you go to like the Pirate Bay and then you find the thing that you want and then you download it and then you do whatever. Now it's just like all that shit's automatic. You just tell this shit how to do it, but it's like so complex. I'm crazy. Like, bro, but I have to say, I'm going to keep this brief because I know it's like probably very boring, but I feel like a hacker when I'm just like typing in all this shit and like telling it to do this shit. And I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I do it. Honestly, when I was a kid, I was super into, were you ever into like writing code or anything like that?
Not that much.
Not a computer kid? You went outside, you had friends?
Why you go from 0 to 100, man? I was, and I hate the term people use now, but I was really outside like that. Yeah. I was like on my bike, popping wheelies up the street, playing ball, playing football in the street.
I really think I had
every single day, bro.
I was doing both. I genuinely feel like I had a really good balance because we would play street hockey. I skateboarded. We rode bikes. Like I said, it was a skateboarding video that I got into music. So before that, I was always outside. Yeah. Then like, Neopets, RuneScape, Maple Story, World of Warcraft, all these stupid games that you get into, and then you're like. And then I started coding, like, I remember when Outkast won Album of the Year for Speakerboxxx Love Below, bro. Yes. I was so hyped. And I guess this was one of the first things I did was I went to whatever website, like personal website you'd be having at the time, like a Zanga or a MySpace. I was like, I grabbed the colors from the album. I did all this shit. Yeah. The font on the thing was like the color. I was like, I was all so hyped.
I know you was on it. You was on it. But yeah, like definitely, man. I mean, back in the day, I think I was a mix of both. Like, definitely a nerd. I was a nerd for sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
In what, like books or like
books and writing, and just like
that makes sense.
I actually like coming home having homework.
Really?
Like, just kind of having something to do. I love the writing. Obviously, that still makes sense. But yeah.
Siri was just recording everything that we just talked about.
I know, right,
the whole
man?
time.
The feds, man. Nah, but I was really in there, like, writing raps, writing plays, and doing shit like that in the crib. So I was also outside as well. But definitely looking back, I think I was a nerd a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that.
Yeah. No, that's also funny too, because I remember coming home from school watching Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Yeah. And then had some friends that did it and all, and I don't know, this is maybe, again, boring, but it's cool to see now, like, that stuff doesn't matter. Like, if you're into anime now, like, that's such a huge, that's like Meg Thee Stallion came out dressed as Sailor Moon in Japan. Like, yeah. It's such a normal, like, there's like back in the day, like if you were like doing hip hop music, rap music about, I mean, Wu-Tang was huge doing like the kung fu and stuff like that, but a lot of times it wasn't like, I don't know, like the anime and the nerdy shit like that. But like, yeah, it's very cool to see that now. It's just like, oh, you're into that? Yeah, me too. Like,
Yeah, that stuff is
Denzel
open.
Curry
Yes.
has so many Dragon Ball Z references in his shit, and it just is like part of it.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like
part of his brand.
and that's part of what the fans like too. Is they're like, yeah, I'm going Super Saiyan 2 on this bitch. Like,
Exactly.
no, it's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's fun building this library.
Nah, you got a lot of your Plex
It's growing.
is growing. Even when you open it up, I love the look of the shit you got in there. I'm like, bro, it's different from last time. You've been putting in some work.
Yeah,
Putting in some work.
I'm
for
already. I just added a drive to my computer and
Yeah.
basically just as quickly filled it up. So
Yeah, that's what's up though, bro. That's what's up.
I got to start moving on.
We
this
got to
thing.
throw something on the screen today. Throw something on the screen.
Yeah, when we're working, we'll definitely.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Put something cool up there. Yeah, maybe a white boy, but I'm not.
Maybe a white boy. So listen, I'm noticing that you have this shirt on, the B movie joint.
Oh, you're noticing that, huh?
Yeah, the Seinfeld movie. And where did I see that shirt? Cause you showed me this link.
Yeah.
Who made that?
Is something called. It is a company called Deadbeat Farms,
Okay.
and they make bootlegs
Yeah.
and the like. And this month's tee was a B movie tee, and there's a 6 sticker. There's a couple 6 stickers that came with it.
Yeah.
And this is excellent for an audio format.
Yeah.
No, but I do have to shout out. I got into bootleg stuff lately, and as I followed a bunch of accounts, and it's cool because they all share each other's stuff, so you get to see a lot of like,
Which is neat.
like I'm not super into like necessarily the video game ones because they tend to like, but like I like that I can like not follow the accounts and still end up seeing them and stuff. So
Right.
I was seeing a bunch of this B movie stuff, and I was like, yeah, let me hop in on this. So anyway, yeah,
How's the price point?
it was good actually, and what
Good.
they do is really cool. It's a T-shirt of the month club. So it's if you do that, it's every month and it's discounted, and you get the shirt and the sticker.
So you get a new shirt every
And it's,
month.
yeah.
That's sick. I like that concept.
They do a T-shirt of the month club, and they do a sticker of the month club. So it's like if you just want the stickers, it's a little cheaper, and it's all like bootleg stuff. So like this month's coming is like Shrek themed. So like the stickers were like a couple, like the one Shrek sticker that they did was the DVD of like Shrek or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like a round sticker, and then another one that they did was Kim Kardashian tweeted that on a plane she watched Shrek and she like cried when Fiona became an ogre or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just that tweet as a sticker, and I'm like,
that's
damn,
funny.
like that's pretty damn good. Like
That's pretty
so
husky.
I like supporting that kind of stuff too because it's like a
that's
small
dope.
artist and like you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway,
That's real dope. Yeah, I remember you showing me that.
I do need to watch B movie now though. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
It's been a minute.
I don't know if I ever really. I think I watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
at
it's
one
one of
point.
the movies, I was probably sitting down with somebody and we watched, it was on. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
feels like
A lot of movies I've seen 20 minutes, 30 minutes
Yeah.
of, or it's stuff where we working and a movie might be playing in the background and I'm trying to read the subtitles.
remember that's we no more. We can't play
Yeah.
anything that we actually want to see because we put on like Casino or Heat.
Yeah.
We put on Heat and it was like so good and there was no
Yeah.
sound and we're just watching Heat as a silent movie.
Yo, Heat
instead
and
of,
Casino are both really good.
Oh, we did put Casino on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were both really
They're
good.
both great movies. I'm like, oh, this is a great movie.
And I haven't heard any.
Never heard a word.
That's so psycho to be like, oh, Heat.
I never
Casino
even
is
heard
sick.
my favorite movie.
That's my favorite movie. Yeah, what's your favorite movie? Oh, Casino. It's like, oh,
Casino
dude, the
with no
soundtrack.
sound.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, I'm just reading the subtitles.
Oh, dude, that classic line. Oh, I don't know any of the lines.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it, nothing.
I've read Casino. I loved reading it, and then
Isn't that
like
crazy? Remember the one scene from that movie where he blew up in the car and it was clearly the dummy?
Oh yeah.
Like the cuts were so bad. The
That was
cuts
so
were
good.
terrible, bro.
That
It
was-
was like clear.
It's like if they did it now, it would be as a joke.
Exactly.
Like MacGruber would do that, or like a
Yeah.
comedy movie would be like, oh no, they're gonna explode, and then it would just it would be like
Clearly, yeah.
It was like a full half second, like it was
Yeah.
too long. Where you're like,
Hold up.
on first look, you're like, no.
First look, it's not like, hold up, was that a clearly
It's not like go back, pause
Yeah.
it. Okay, go back a frame. No, it's like
Yeah. That's something I've been trying to do lately. I don't know. Somebody's doing it on Twitter. I don't know their @ name, but they're going through movies and they're just finding fucked up shit. Like I saw one that was Eddie Murphy and I think what's the cop movie? What's the cop movie? His famous cop movie.
Oh,
Is it Beverly Hills Cop? Is that Eddie Murphy?
Oh, yes. Eddie Murphy's famous cop movie.
Here's what I found.
Beverly Hills Cop, 1984.
Yeah. So it's Beverly Hills Cop, and it was a fight scene, and a dude doing stunts. It was clearly not him. Like,
I love those.
in these
so
movies,
much.
like in the 80s and the 90s, it's like, yo, the cuts are, it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that's a different guy. He's light skinned. Eddie Murphy's dark skinned. What are y'all doing, bro?
But bro, like the feat of like all of that
Yeah.
combined, and still, it's like that still is like makes it like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's so
Isn't it
funny.
crazy?
I love that. Yeah, it's I really do like when how film and like the medium is kind of turned into like embracing that stuff and doing
Right.
it in like funny ways and like ironic ways and
Right.
being like, and then now like I'm sure there's a joke where a car explodes, you see the dummy, and then it pans over and the guy's like, my dummy exploded in my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where it's like obviously that was not
Yeah.
him, but like yeah, it's cool how
Yeah.
things progress.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should. we should. Okay, we should watch a movie
Yeah.
together and talk about it on the podcast sometime.
100%.
But we'll have
Full movie though, sound.
with sound and everything. Maybe probably
sound.
like separately because that
Yeah.
makes the most sense.
Yeah. And then come back and review.
We did do a podcast one time where we were watching Blue Chips, which again
Yes.
never seen that with this.
Yeah, like everything that we put on, I was like semi-interested in, and I end up just like watching.
I gotta find some bullshit to put up there.
Yeah.
That's why I liked the old. And well, okay, so now I can't say anything because it's gonna sound like I think it's bullshit, but not bullshit. But I like putting up old movies with
Yeah.
like no subtitles because then it's like I'm not gonna track it. It's
You can't follow
the stuff
it.
looks. But then even still, I'm like, oh my god, the makeup is crazy, or that looks crazy, and then I
You're
end up
gonna-
getting distracted.
You're
and,
gonna find something that you like or something that you found
yeah, it's
interesting.
so
That's
having
gonna be a
100
talking
monsters.
point.
I was like, oh, 100 monsters. That sounds crazy. I'll just put that on. That'll be. And I'm sitting there wide-eyed, like, look at the umbrella.
Look at this
monster.
umbrella monster. Yeah. And we talked about that for
Yeah,
a long
exactly.
time. Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly.
oh my god. Yeah, we got to figure out something we can put up on the background that's just like
Yeah.
on. I guess that's why people just do like TV and like sports.
Yeah. A lot of times people just do a game or something.
Then I always end up doing like YouTube highlights, and then it's like dunk, dunk, dunk.
You were like, that
shot,
dunk was
shot.
crazy.
And then it's like, yeah, I'm just like, whoa. There's not like the normal like gap.
Yeah.
Like, although now actually baseball's starting, so we'll be able to put on that, and that'll
Yes.
be nice and slow.
Yes.
Actually,
that-
did you see the pitch clock thing that they did?
I was about to bring that up. So what is it? What's the actual rule? How does it work?
I think it's like, I don't know how the exact rule works, but I think it's just like a clock. Like when the catcher throws the pitcher the ball and he catches it, they start the timer, and I think it's like 15
seconds.
And then I think both like the batter and the pitcher can be penalized if the batter is like not in the box and if the
He not
pitcher is
ready.
not. But like I did see them throwing, and it was like it felt too fast, but he had 7 seconds left on the clock every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe they just need some time to adjust into like, okay, like
They thought the games were moving too slow.
I guess that's the idea. I mean, there were times where it was like, I mean, that is a fair criticism of
Right.
baseball. If we're gonna criticize baseball for anything, I don't think if you're like, no, it's not, it's fast. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Mhm.
I love baseball, but part of the appeal is that you go out and have a nice long day. You know what I mean? You're out and you're hanging and whatever. But like, I do think that they shouldn't be. I think what they should do is they should try it. I think this is exactly how they should do it. They should roll it out in spring training, try it, and then if there's constantly like, hey, this is really messing up everything, how we train, whatever.
They'll
like,
pull it.
I think they will. I mean, they have a union, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I've been
they'll-
seeing a couple batters get called out though because of that.
There was a game that ended.
Yes. It ended like that's they're like, that's how we're ending the game for real. Like,
And-
this can't be serious.
And that's, yeah.
And we lost. They should have been in a better position to win anyway, but they lost because of that.
Which I do understand when it's like sports, the whole thing is the last moment. So then to be like, oh, clock says they win.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what, come on, man. Like, baseball was the one sport without a clock, which was
Yeah.
cool. There was no, like, I mean, they would tell you to get the hell on if you were just like dilly-dallying, but like they would really give them time to like, touch their hats and wipe their hands on their pants.
Whole routine,
and,
like you see like certain batters come up and even pitchers, like they do their whole stretch, their routine might take 20 seconds, and that's like a long time if you're just standing there.
And it's okay. Then you throw the pitch, ball. Okay, now another 20 seconds of walking around. The batter leans back, looks up, puts his gloves back on, stands there. He's ready. And the pitcher's looking around. It's like we can get to it a little bit. I think
So I would like to see, if this 15-second clock makes it to the regular MLB season.
I think that's the plan. I think it's implemented. I'm pretty sure. I guess this whole time I could have been looking it up on my phone, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I've been seeing it on highlights, and it looks pretty. It looks pretty neat. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
So I think that baseball does have a problem with being resistant to change a lot of times.
Yeah.
They're very. It's run by a lot of old dudes that are like, whoa, and just they have the opinion
this way
that
for
they've
150 years,
which means it has to stay that way, and it's like, okay,
right.
So I like that they are experimenting and changing stuff. I don't know that that's the solution. The problem, I mean, I saw the guy that was clearly, I was like, this is too fast. This feels rushed. But he had like he kept having a bunch of seconds left.
Yeah.
I know they don't want to be down to 1 and 2 seconds every time because then all of a sudden there's a thing and now I just let up and I lost the game because, whatever.
So it's for the pitcher and it's for the batter.
I'm pretty sure it's just, it's like it's both ways because I think,
Okay.
Although I guess the pitcher can just pitch. If the batter's not ready, the pitcher can just pitch. But I think they usually let them kind of line up. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes from here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you want to talk about a little demo track, or what do you want to go with here?
Let's do that.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Sorry, I keep seeing it on my list, and every time I see it, I want to say it.
You gotta go back to it. You gotta go back to it.
I want to say it. So, all right, cool. So we both saw the same video. So do you want me to line it up? Do you want to line it up?
No, you can line it up. Go ahead. And
I don't know if I have the video of him talking about it. I'll just pull up the demo.
Okay.
All right. So, I want to talk about that too. Okay. So I was on Instagram this week and I saw a video of The Dream talking about writing and recording Rihanna's Umbrella.
Yeah.
And basically said that he was really down on his luck. He was looking through pockets of old like clothes for like money and stuff like that, which is like the classic, story of like desperation and he went to the studio and they were working on a drum loop and a thing, and he was like, all right, let me on the mic, and they're like, it's not set up yet, and he was like, let me on the mic. And then pretty much straight through recorded Umbrella pretty much as we know it. He said he went back and changed maybe 4 words. So that was really cool to like. I love hearing those stories of bursts of inspiration because it like he wrote how many songs to get to that point where that moment, to lead up to that moment, to have that like we know it's not just that moment.
Right.
Like it's everything leading up to that and all that. So
it took 15 years of being a great songwriter and perfecting what you do to really get to that moment where you're just like, all right, now I can go in here in one take and just spaz.
Yeah.
And write, a song that's probably, who knows, just 10 times platinum at this point.
Right.
A diamond record.
Crazy. So I thought it was really cool to hear him say that, and then it kind of got this thought process going in my head of like, I love listening to demo tracks and references and stuff like that, and there's so many of them on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think we should start going through and listening to them and talking about them, and I think a lot of people may not take the time to go through and like do that, but if they hear it, they'll be like, oh, that's actually a really cool story, and I didn't know that person didn't write that song, and I think there's a lot of cool like politics we could get into. There's some like
there's so many different ways that we can take it, and I know a lot of times for myself, being a musician and being somebody in this business that we're in, it's just like it's dope hearing the backstory. It's dope to be like, yo, bro, I didn't know this was so and so on these background vocals. What?
Yeah, why are they there? Oh, well,
actually, like. It'd be some random stuff like, yo, I was just in the studio one day and Timbaland was down there and the You know,
Yep.
his keyboard player couldn't make it, so I just came as, you know what I mean? It's those kind of situations where it's really dope, and I love hearing the reference demo tracks and seeing where the final track is. So seeing what they took out, seeing what they might have added.
Yep.
And a lot of times, I know like back in the early 2000s, even like a lot of the R&B shit, a lot of the reference track was kept on there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So like any backgrounds, any doubles, stacks, that was kept on there.
Yeah, that was.
And then they might just bring, no disrespect to her, but they might just bring Jennifer Lopez and have her sing the lead.
Yeah.
But the whole beef and potatoes of the track is already done.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
it's
so interesting.
It's a fascinating process, and I think that there's a lot that we could talk about with like different either ghost writing or collaboration or writing or almost collaboration or politics. Like there's a lot of that kind of stuff. So I think the background of this one is a cool, like, not that it's necessary, but when you know, okay, this was pretty much one take.
Yeah.
Or this is, like, I don't know what we're hearing, if this is the first take, and then for Rihanna they changed it. Like, I don't know every single lyric of the Rihanna version, so I don't know necessarily. And I don't know if we could or should listen to I guess we could listen to the whole song. I don't know what you want to do. We can just go like verse, hook.
Just the demo?
And then, this is the Dream Umbrella demo.
Let me hear it.
And we can talk about it. So, all right, we're going to test this out. We're now plugged in. By the way, folks, we've been making massive technological improvements at strides even at Hometown Heroes Studios.
Yes.
And we now have an aux cord going in, so hopefully I don't have to go back and edit all the audio in for the videos I'm playing and all the TikTok doom that I'll be presenting. Also, there's video on Patreon for $480 a month.
Yes.
So if you want to help us with that, do that. Send me a DM at WaveMage, and I will send you an address where you can send cash in an envelope.
Yes.
And I will go get it. Okay, I think we are good. I think I can play this demo now. The Dream Rihanna. Oh, wait. The Dream Umbrella Rihanna demo. Good volume, right? Should I turn it up?
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you'll still be my star. Baby, 'cause in the dark, you can see shiny cars.
Yeah.
And that's when you need me there.
It's already
With
there.
you, I'll always share.
Here we go.
Because when the sun shines, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took the hope I'ma stick it out to the end.
Wow.
Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. La, la, eh, eh, eh. Under my umbrella. La, la, eh, eh, eh. Under my umbrella.
Whole melody.
La, la, eh, eh, eh.
Whole swag.
Under my umbrella. La, la, eh, eh, eh. These fancy things will never come in between.
Crazy.
You're part of my entity, here for infinity. When the world has took its part, when the world has dealt its cards.
I mean, just
If the hand is hard, together we'll mend your heart. Because when the
Come on,
sun
man.
shines, we
He's
shine
crushing.
together.
How good is this?
I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took a hope I'ma stick it out to the end.
and just
Down that it's raining more
This
than
song to me,
know that we'll
Rihanna's great, but this is one of her staple songs. Like,
this is a hit.
this is a massive hit.
Oh,
Even the music.
like they had something even here. I mean, the final production, obviously, but
You can run into my arms. It's okay, don't be alarmed. Come into me. There's no distance in
little bridge.
between our love. So gonna let
I don't-
the rain pour.
It's in the song. Yeah.
You need
Crazy. Oh. Oh!
when the sunshine will shine together. I told you we'll be forever. Said I'll always be your friend. I took a oath, I'ma stick it out to the end. And now that it's pouring more than ever, we will always have each other. You can stay
What I love, you can hear him figuring it out as he doing it.
Yeah, right? Like, the hooks are different. Like, he's singing it. Like, he's like out of breath. Like,
Yeah. That's what you can hear him fucking with it.
It's raining, raining. Ooh, baby, it's raining, raining. Baby, come in.
Come on, man.
bro,
And she sang the shit out this motherfucker.
dude,
Ooh, baby, it's raining, raining.
2 bridges.
Always come in to me. Come in. Pouring rain, pouring rain.
So good. The whole record.
He did that shit from top to bottom. Oh, we gotta do this more, bro.
It's
We
fading
gotta
out.
do this more.
So that was one thing that I forgot to say. All right, first of all, shout out to The Dream for being an all-time incredible writer.
Yeah,
God,
man.
I mean, wow. One of the things that he said in the video where he talked about desperation and all that, like that drove him to write it, he said he knew he needed to write a hook and a hit, excuse me. He knew he needed to write a hit, and he was saying, he's like, I know what a hit sounds like. I know what hits are. I know I can make a playlist of hits, and I know what makes them a hit. I know how to make a hit. I gotta write a hit, and I love that. Like we talk a lot about creativity and
Yes.
how it works, and you can get mystical with summoning muses and all this stuff, and like a lot of times, like it can be as simple as like it's go time. I know what things have to be. Now it can't be that. It's not always that easy, but it can be that simple. You may need 100 hours over 3 months of writing sessions to write that hit, but if
Right.
you know the things that make it,
You know the elements. You know the things that make, we need this kind of hook. We need a dope bridge. We need, you feel what I'm saying? We need
a post hook that's a repetitive,
Yeah.
like something like
and just even that. I saw this on a couple videos, and I don't know if he was even. I'm sure he was privy to it because he's a genius. But even
true.
I'm realizing just the great usage of vowels and using Ella, eh. Like it's just like
It's fun to say.
It's fun to
yeah,
say. You feel what I'm
kid,
saying?
a child can walk around,
Right.
going, Ella, Yep.
Opposed to
a
something
great
that's
point.
like, you feel me? Like
Yeah,
These are-
chase, or like
exactly. It's
Yeah.
something that's a tongue. Nah, it's easy.
yeah,
Like
rung, like making stupid,
Exactly.
but like mouth things that don't feel as like
that don't feel
Ella
right.
is a fun.
It comes off quick.
What an
Ella,
yeah,
like it's easy, and it sounds so good to the ear. So it's just like
yeah. You know, whatever the artist is that's doing it at the show,
Yeah.
that's a moment that like everyone it can know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ella, like
and
even
it's
if you
gonna
never.
sound good like with 50,000 people singing these words.
Yeah.
The lyrics are very meaningful, but at the same time they're easy. It's great how he did it, and I don't know if it was just off a vibe and off a feeling, or him really sitting down like, yo, let me make these. Let me say, like, what does Ella mean? He's just saying something.
Yeah, under my umbrella.
Yeah, it's just like he broke the word down.
Umbrella.
He broke it down.
And
He
then
broke umbrella down.
and then even like the melody like going up a little bit where it's like
Yeah.
that tension. Umbrella. Like,
Yeah, it's so.
I can't sing for shit, but
Yeah, it's so. I don't know, man. It's genius, man, and I definitely want to dive into some more records, even some more of his. even different references, because it's definitely, people are nice with these pens, man.
And a lot of it is so easy to miss.
Yeah.
And a lot of the context too, like I'm being served the songwriting videos because that's my algorithm is all the songwriting stuff. So I love the idea. Like I talk with my sister a lot about, she like she'll send me songwriting facts that she learns.
Yeah.
Like, Trent Reznor, blah, blah, blah. And I love sharing that. I love sharing that stuff with people because it's such a cool way to connect to art and the artist and like, okay, I love this song. I already love it. I don't need any more. But now I learned that the reason that they wrote the song was because of this. Now there's this whole other shade of this art, and I even relate to it more now, XYZ. It's just such a fun... I think this would be great. I think we should keep doing these for sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be great, man. Even when I went back and I watched the Dungeon Family Organized Noise joint and how they wrote Waterfalls by TLC.
There's an Organized Noise documentary.
Yeah, bro. We're going to need to watch that full sound,
I can't believe Are we done recording so I can go download it? I can't believe because now I'm like, wait a second, that sounds familiar. But okay, so can you tell me about it really quick?
So it's about Rico Wade and how he started with Sleepy Brown and my apologies, I forgot the other dude's name.
I always do too.
But he was the drum programmer. And pretty much how they was writing these songs and making these beats,
right? Because he was around at some point.
Nah,
I don't think it was him.
He was making these sounds and making these beats, and they really were in the basement.
Rico Wade, Ray Murray, and Sleepy Brown.
Yeah, Ray Murray.
Ray Murray. Apologies
to Ray Murray, man. I don't want to let that go unnoticed because he's serious, man.
Yeah, Organized Noise are one of my earliest production influences.
Yeah, and they just the story about how they wrote Waterfalls by TLC, which is obviously that's their biggest song. They sold, I think, like over 10 million on that record, but they just had a team, like a writer dude. He said he wrote it at a hotel. He was working at a hotel, and
no way, I love that.
Yeah, he came in. He was fucking with Rico and them. He came in one night and he was like, I got this. This keep coming back to me. You feel what I'm saying? They built it around that.
Yeah.
So he was like, once we got the bass line, we knew. I brought this drummer in. I brought this person to do.
Yeah. And
like, it's crazy how seeing that conception of an idea, and the dude just said, he was like, don't chase waterfall. He had it already.
Yeah.
And just how that came to that, it's just so amazing. So
we're gonna have to do a segment.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this. We can decide off air, but I think this is an official segment. I think this might be one of the first. Like I think we got to do this pretty regularly.
I love it,
if not every week, at least And then if you're hearing this and you have demo tracks that you want us to talk about, send them to us on Twitter or Instagram or whatever.
That'd be great, because we can
get a list going.
We can talk about this all day, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do one on Waterfalls and I need to watch that documentary. I will be putting that on my Plex.
Yeah,
that's actually that might be the first thing after we wrap this up.
Yeah, put that on there, bro. I'll tell you.
But yeah, man,
Organized Noise. I think it's called The Art of Noise.
The Art of Noise.
The Art of Noise.
They were one of the first that I was listening to the Outkast stuff and I just was like blown away by the production. Because it was the timing of me coming to age and learning like, oh, this is people doing this. They're sampling stuff. They're doing this. They're doing that, and just being like wizards.
Yeah,
it's wizards making this sounds. Yeah, because how is it possible? They're vintage and futuristic at the same time. And that's still cohesive. True. ATLians now you listen to it and you're like, if this came out today, I'd be like, this is fucking unique as fuck. What the hell?
Exactly, man. It's just one of them things. Even those dudes down there, and just even us, we can do I would love to do a segment just on Philly records, because we got some of the best pens, musicians I think in the world.
Yep.
From the city that we're from, and I think that's not even maybe subconsciously, but I think that's like a reason that we are where we are, because we come from a rich city and we have these influences kind of just already in us. Like,
yep,
bro, people like that. They like that. You feel me?
My first thought is Black Thought.
Yeah,
when you say that, and I can't believe I forgot to bring this up, but I read Questlove's book, Mo Meta Blues, and it was awesome. It was so good. I got to learn about the like the Roots story and how it was like legit, like him and like Quest and Black Thought just like busking pretty much, and like people would go up and tell him words, and he would just freestyle with it, and he was drumming on like pots and pans and shit, like legit, like so like now when Black Thought does like and learning about like the Fallon stuff and how like he did the music for Chappelle's show and how that led to like and the Roots flexibility, how it worked for a late night thing, and then how Fallon led to the Roots albums being made. Like Joanna Newsom, they did a song, I can't Right On, and it samples a Joanna Newsom song. I think she like played like she's married to Andy Samberg, so they were always around together at the show, and then he found out about her music and was like, "Do you want to come to the studio with us?" And like I never knew that it came from crazy. The night. To me, that record happened, and then the night work stuff is like completely separate. But it's like he meets these artists at Fallon, and then is like, "Do you want to work together?" And then like that's how that shit. So it's cool learning like the background of it. And
we gotta take a deep sea dive on that, man. It's so cool,
it's
man.
A great book, highly recommended. Maybe we'll do a Hometown Heroes book club. So
I like that.
That'll be a lot slower than the the other ones.
I know, right? We gotta.
I'm a slow reader.
Have a little story time.
I'm like heavy on it, and then I like kind of back off a little bit. But no, man, the Questlove book was excellent. And if I mention it on this, does that mean it's a tax write off now? No.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it was actually a gift anyway. But no, it was an excellent book. And yeah, man. So I have a quick favor to ask of you.
Yes.
Do you mind if I do a final thought this week?
I don't mind. I'd actually like that.
All right, because I feel like I have the perfect final thought, and I just...
come on, dog. I feel like I know where it is.
Do you mind? Hold on. I just have to remember exactly how I want to say it, but do you mind in like 10 or so seconds asking me for my final thought?
Yeah, you just give me the green light.
Hey, Moosh, do you have any questions for me?
I would like to know what's your final thought.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Classic.
I know where the power is. I know where the... You think I'm joking? I learned a long time ago about this.
That was